Hello everyone and welcome back to testing sobriety Mounjaro. We all do it, don't we, sometimes? Mounjaro UK. And this is my week 7 update on taking Mounjaro. So I am still on the 2.5 milligram dose and I am still getting great suppression on days 1 to 3/4, sort of depends. And then I'm still getting that slow digestion right up to about the last day, in which point I then find I do get hungrier and I can eat more. And yeah, I'm not exactly 100% back to how I was before, but the effects on that final day are a lot lower than the rest of the week. So I'm happy to stick to 2.5 for now. If things change, then I'll either go up slowly. I'm not going to jump straight to a 5 milligram because I'm nervous about the side effects. So I will probably do 3.75, or I might just reduce the days and take them every 5 or 6 days. That's all to come. I'm just going to see how things go. This week I've stuck to my plan of having a couple of higher calorie days. I've just gone back through my FitnessPal to look at my tracking. It looks like I skipped 2 days tracking this week, so that's naughty, but I'm pretty sure, thinking about all the things I've eaten, that I have had basically about 4 days of around the 1100 type amount of calories, and then the last 2 days were around the 1400 mark. That's just the wind shutting a door. Around the 1400 mark yesterday and the day before. And that seems to work for me in terms of I don't really feel like eating much more on those first 3 or 4 days, and I can eat more on the last couple of days. So that's what I have done, and that's what I'm going to be sticking to for now. What else? I think exercise wise has been good enough. I don't remember going out on a bike ride. Yeah, I don't think I've actually made it out onto a bike ride this week, but it has been really hot. I felt like I wanted to do one yesterday, but it was so hot I just didn't want to, you know. I felt like I should, but I didn't. I did do my very first paddleboard of the year, so that was so nice. I went out on Wednesday, and I think paddleboarding is a fairly decent exercise because I manually pump the paddleboard up. It's an inflatable, and that takes me between 10 and 13 minutes, and it's quite hard going. So that's quite a good, I think, upper body sort of exercise. And then the actual paddling is there's a lot of balance involved, and you are obviously using your arms and probably your back muscles for the paddling. There was some laying around reading my book and eating a little picnic on the paddleboard as well. I might show a little photo. I took a selfie while I was out paddleboarding. I'll chuck that in here. And so I feel like that was a good exercise day. And then I went on a really long walk on Tuesday. I did about 15,000 steps on Tuesday. And then all the other days I've done my at-home exercises in bits and bobs. So I do squats and sit-ups, and I've got wrist and what they're called, ankle weights. So I do a few things with those, and nothing extreme or that amazing, but I think it's enough to let my muscles know they are required, and I don't want my body to shed them in any way. So did I get any symptoms or side effects? I often say I haven't had side effects, but I think that's because I'm just used to the minimal side effects that I get, and I forget about them. One thing I always have is extreme thirst, although that seems to have dropped off a little bit the last few days. Even though I did my jab last night, I haven't found a massive increase in that thirst, so that's nice because it was annoying. I was having to wee all the time, and yeah, just really dry, really thirsty all the time. I'm still thirsty, but it's just not quite so bad as it was. And I've seen other people mention that they get a runny nose. I have had a little bit of a drippy nose for quite a while, and I wasn't sure if it was seasonal, because it seems to be worse if I'm outside walking or cycling, but it's still also when I'm just indoors pottering around. It's just a really very slight drippy nose, so possibly that's a side effect as well. Apart from that, I don't think I really have suffered any kind of side effects, which is great. Now, I think the main thing that we need to talk about is, have I lost any weight this week? And the answer is no, I have not. In fact, I gained 0.4 of a pound. So my weight today, I'll take it from my Renfo app. I've got the Renfo scales. They allegedly measure your body fat and muscle mass and all of that stuff. And so my weight today is 155.8. Last week it was 155.4. So it's gone up 0.4 of a pound. I personally don't see it as a gain, because your body weight fluctuates massively throughout the days and the weeks, depending on what you've eaten, what you've drunk, whether you're retaining extra water, whether you need a poo or are a little bit constipated, all of those things. So I don't see it as a gain. Of course, mathematically it's 0.4 of a pound, but I am not, my mindset is not that I've gained any weight this week. And I don't mind that I have, in my head, maintained, because according to the Renfo app, there's actually a really nice thing on here. So it does say my body fat has gone up point something of a percent, but very, very small. However, here's the exciting thing: muscle mass gone up. Just double checking, muscle mass has actually gone up a little tiny bit, which is amazing. So it was 93.8 last time, and now it's at 94. So not loads, but I'm really happy. I didn't know if I was gonna ever see it go up at any point, because I'm in that calorie deficit. So that to me is a huge win. That's the first time my muscle mass has gone up on this app since I started taking the Mounjaro. So I will take that. I'm more than happy that, knowing some of the weight has sort of changed and my composition has changed ever so slightly, and so I really don't mind the fact that I've not lost this week, and technically I've gained. I'm confident that I will lose. If it's not next week, it will be the week after. You know, I've lost quickly for the first 6 weeks, and it's inevitable that it was going to slow down. I feel fantastic. I feel so good just having lost that initial, I think it's 11 pounds. I feel so much better in my clothes. I feel more confident. I feel like I look better. I feel a bit more energetic. I feel a little bit stronger. So I am not going to be overthinking this. I did initially think, oh, do I need to change tack? Maybe I shouldn't be having those higher calorie days. But I don't think 1 week or 2, I think I've been doing it a couple of weeks, I don't think that that's long enough, and I really want to protect my metabolic rate. If I'm only doing between 1,000 and 1,200 calories every day, I think that restrictive calorie intake is going to cause me more harm than good in the long run, and I'm just not willing to do that. I've made all the mistakes with diets over the years, as many of us have. In fact, I think most of us have, and my metabolic rate is really important to me, so that is what I am mostly looking for. So the main goal here is concentrate on the muscle, keeping it, and if even better, if I can increase it, and obviously reduce the body fat, but that's the main thing. And then the weight will eventually come down as well. So fingers crossed. I would like to see a better number on the scale. Of course, not going to pretend that I wasn't mildly disappointed, but that was all it was. And as you can see, I am completely happy with it. And yeah, just hopefully we'll see a slight change on the scale in that direction next week. So not too much more to add this week. I'll be back with another update very soon. Let me know how you're getting on, if you're taking a GLP-1 or maybe you're losing weight naturally. Let me know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it one of those thumbs ups, and you can also subscribe. It would really make my day. Bye.